It's a
I'm ready.
14.
14. Good evening, everyone. Is Tushar with us?
R.I.P.
Here. Let me get rid of those. Okay. I'm sure Mike will be back any second now. So, previously, you guys were thrown through planes, and you just kind of like somersault roll out of the wall here. You see Tushar's body just go right over Breathless and Connell as the gem just rolls across the ground, and you reach out with your mage hand and grab the gem. You guys then proceeded through this dungeon of a keep, baiting some of these cultists of Osmodius, getting their charms, some gold pieces, deceiving them, joining their actual cult for a brief second, make believe, faking it, running down through hundreds and hundreds of stairs when you guys came across this opening. The group that you were leading went left and down as Brightbeard set off what was it, like a call?
It was a lightning bolt.
A lightning bolt. Yeah, a lightning bolt. Instantly killing all of them, frying them to death, I believe. And you guys looked to the right, and there was 5 other cultists. You fought your way through them, and then shot what was it like? You used a couple spells to close the entrance, right? Knock the rocks in around it.
Shake stone, or we use thunder wave.
Thunder wave. So as just this loud crashing of rocks just flows down a little bit, Marlowe's running away, and the dust from like the rocks is like catching up with her, and it fades, and you guys now turn around and you find yourself on this like almost triangular platform that where you are is about 30 feet wide, and it like kind of curves in almost like an alligator snout. There's no walls, and the tip is about 100 feet away from you. You can see just the crooked trees and the top foliage that are on some of the trees. Half of them are dead. And as you like just step over to the side, this part goes down. On one side it's very steep, and on the other side it's more traversable. But before we get there, that's kind of where you guys are at right now. Alton, you have spent hours looking out and watching your team, just frustrated that you can't do anything to help them. And you turn around as like the mage hand shifts a little bit, and the vision of a warm library overcomes you. Like you were sitting in this elaborate library with a ladder rack, a ladder hooked to some raw iron, a nice fireplace with a comfortable fire going, and 2 very well made chairs, and a guy is in one of them. And he says, "Welcome." And he's going to turn around at you And what you see is like a gaunt. He's younger than you, human, but just frail. And he goes,
Does it seem like he's offering me a seat?
Yes, please. Sit down. Would you like some tea?
I very much would. And I will take a seat next to him and casually cross my leg in such a way that only a man over the age of 45 can do.
Okay.
And,
You see,
and I'm also going to pat my body and see if I feel any of my lucky talismans, rabbit's foot, or perhaps my lodestone, of course.
it doesn't feel, you don't have anything on you. It's just you and your robe. Those things, they don't work in here. This is, just purely for recovery. And you look different than the last one in here. First off, you are old. And secondly, you are not a woman. Or purple. Can you enlighten me?
Well, I certainly can. You see, I was born not purple. And as you might assume, also not a woman. And then well, this could be quite a long story, but eventually I came here and I am certainly experienced.
So, you're just telling me an old man walked up to this vibrant warrior and stole this from her? I'm much impressed if that's how you came upon this. Anyways.
Oh no,
I am...
Yes, I mean, sorry, go on, please.
I'm, I am in need of, a taxi. I am not, not where I should be right now. And I have but a couple weeks before I need to be there.
Well, where are you heading? Perhaps it's in the same way I'm going.
Where are you going?
Oh, we're following a star.
Where is it? My, Where? I just lost it. My house. My keep. It lies north in Nurzin, just outside the city limits. That's in your house. It's like directly north of where you guys are. And I would tell you where you are on the map, but no one's looked at a map or stars or anything yet, so...
That seems like it's not too far out of my current path. Perhaps we could make a deal, an arrangement of sorts.
Yeah, arrangements. I like arrangements. So, my arrangement is, well, I guide you on this journey. Or, well, you take me to my home. I will give you more innate, powerful ability. I can fuel your arcane. Well, you have this on you. What do you think, old man?
Can I insight check this?
Yeah, go for it.
An unnatural 20.
Okay. It's like you're hearing him, like his speech. You're looking down. He has this like slowly graying salt and pepper, longer hair down to probably his shoulders, and he's got these extremely fine cloaks and robes on, and like the timing, the dating of like when they wore this style of clothing was thousands of years ago. And now your process, right? Like you've read about other mages and the calamity and other just everything. You start to think, oh, could this be? Where is it? Gun Stewart. And as you're like taking all that thought process in, he's telling the truth. But it's almost too good. Like, what are his motives? You know, like that's kind of your thought process for those 6 seconds.
I would very much like to help you, as I believe we have a mutual path for now.
Well, very good then. I hope I don't have to be too much of an inconvenience, and that we can get there by the time agreed upon. And he forms up just like a script, like a magic spell. Sign here, and then we can get on our way. All right.
For the sake
I
of
just-
the contract,
And you can play this out of
It-
character. What's this guy's
Yeah.
name again?
This is Gon Stewart.
Sorry,
You
did
don't
you
know
say
a ton of
John Stewart?
Gon. G-H-A-N Stewart. The letter just says deliver within 14 days to the keep of the steward. And I will help you along the path. Meta-wise, this will give you a +1 to your spell casting, spell attack, and save DC as long as you have this on you. Simple
by sign
contract.
and blood, how
Yeah,
does this
no.
work? I haven't done one of these since I was in young apprentice.
Do you sign it?
Yo, yeah, I'll sign it.
Okay, so we can make the item up, but you have +1 as long, and you have to be attuned to this. So you have to be attuned to this. You sign the contract. And with that, as all of you are like looking around and taking in the surroundings out of the mage hand, like this flash of bright light, and the gem, like as Alton comes out, you can see the gem start to twist and manipulate around, and then it sticks to Alton's right ring finger. And it's like this very detailed, like silver band with a piece of that gem in the center.
Alton,
And-
welcome back.
I knew we'd figured it out.
You found your way home, lad. Well, home adjacent.
He was like one of those night birds out of that place we were just in.
What place were we
Hell?
just in? Yeah, yeah.
Hell?
Hell, that one of the hells. One of the 9.
You okay,
How
Alton?
long have I been gone?
300 years, lad. I'm just kidding.
You missed some
You
things.
still look great.
I think it's we'll say it's probably been about 4 or 5 hours descending down and everything.
Hey, Alton, do I look taller? Marlo stands on her tippy toes.
Hold on.
Investigation, perception, what do you think?
Investigation. This would be intelligence based.
Perhaps.
You do look taller. Much taller. How long have I been asleep? Have you been lugging my body this entire time?
Who wants to tell him?
Alton,
Yeah.
it's been about 4 hours and we just destroyed the keep. Let's get the fuck out of here into the forest. We'll talk to them there.
Right. Of course.
All right, so
Who's the
how? Yeah, like
Marlo is seeing this being a swampland and in a new forest. She gets kind of, while she's tired, she's kind of excited, you know. So she will take lead and guide the group through the woods and to a safe spot to rest.
I will remind you we are deep in the mountains near Jorhas. Dangers around every corner. Keep a keen eye out.
I'll be bringing up the rear.
okay. So here, yeah, let me do a marching order for my own good. So we got Marlo up front, Connell in the back.
I don't know where Alton's going to be, but Brightbeard's going to be as close to Alton as is comfortable.
I'll be up behind Marla.
Okay, put Tushar right, two big boys right in the middle.
Yep.
I mean, you can walk side by side. It's, you know, actually, so as you guys take in the surroundings, like I said before I did the Alton thing, one side is steep, probably 100-foot drop down, and then you can start to see the floor, and you like run around to the other side, which would be the north. The second one would be the south. Is a much gradual. You see, like Marlo, like with your instincts in this, you can start to see like where there is a vague path, but it looks like someone is very careful about using it. You know, like a particular kind of people. Humanoid, but you gather elves because it's not marked up like, you know, other beings.
I will.
But
I will lead my group to the small path and caution them.
okay. So this is going to be a series of skill checks. Okay. Everybody. Not everybody has to do one. All right, but every round there has to be a different one done by a different person. All right, so get creative with how you do this, and we'll say we'll get to 4 successes. Will be an achievement, and you'll find your resting spot. All right. So Marlo, you are leading the way. How would you like to start this off?
I would like to use my survival skills to, I guess, navigate and make sure there are no creatures
Okay.
or
Awesome.
threats as we are moving along.
Awesome. All right. Go ahead, roll a survival check.
And I think this is, I always forget, is this at disadvantage because I am exhausted?
Are you still exhausted?
I believe so.
Ah.
Yeah, if we haven't rested, we're all exhausted.
Yeah.
Well, it was a 16 and a natural 1, but I will use my lucky feat to re-roll the natural 1. Survival is a 13 plus 9 is a 22.
22. Okay. With the 22, you follow that very light trail, staying on the center ridge of this path down, up away from some of the muck and mud, and it's the mosquitoes. As you get down to the bottom of this huge slanted cliff, and you start to hear all of this wildlife, little birds, and like I said, everybody is getting zapped with mosquitoes. It just, but you successfully descend the hill. Who is doing the next one for this?
What's the weather like?
Now that you're down here, actually it was overcast. It's hot and humid, hazy. Hot, hazy, and humid. So as you get to the bottom, who is stepping up to continue this path?
And Andy, we haven't leveled up until we rested, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then I don't go yet.
I can.
I'll go.
Oh, you'll go. Okay.
I mean, you can go if you want. Go for it.
Okay, and I'll go. I go. I'll use athletics check to get over any rugged terrain that we may encounter.
Yep. Go ahead. Roll an athletics check. Perfect.
That is an 11.
An 11.
Yeah.
That's high.
Every
for you,
time.
If I may drop in a little bit of matter for the sake of all of us and forever, Ethan, if you would like to use your channel divinity, you will have advantage on any athletics or acrobatic checks.
Someone knows my character better than I do.
It's a good reminder.
Hey, I think it's more so someone knows how to get around shitty rolls.
He's always looking for every advantage.
Honestly, this may make no difference at all.
No, it would. Yeah, shoot, I'm gonna re-roll if I do channel divinity and just do a straight roll.
Sure.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's a 26. Thank you.
26. So, as you walk up and you start to see that there are high points, but they're every 6, 7, 8 feet, and there's just this mucky, brown, nasty swamp water, and everything's slick. So you go to jump for the first time, and you start to slip, and you grab this log. It's just swamp log, and pick it up, and you slam it down, and everybody starts to follow like this bridge that Dorospira just lays the path for. That's another success. Next one.
I'll go.
All right.
I will jump out in front and kind of go ahead of the party just to take a look to see if there's any dangers or anything upcoming, any traps or...
Make a perception check.
That would be a 15.
15? That is a fail. So that's 2 and 1. You're looking around. It's getting dense. It's the wet ground. There's shrubbery everywhere, and there's so many noises. It's not like being in a city where you can just find the center and block out all of the minutia that you're used to and listen for something. Here it's all new, and it's you can hear it all, but it's not enough to help move forward. So who is up next?
I will do something, I guess. I will halt the party. I'll say, hold on one moment, lads. We can't do this on our own. And I'm gonna take my hat off. I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
And you tell me how you want to roll this. If this doesn't work, that's fine. I want to pull out my holy symbol to cord.
Okay.
And I want to spend however long it takes, 10 minutes or so, to say a prayer to guide the way.
Okay. Jeez.
Wisdom, religion check. I
do a persuasion roll.
Okay, I'm much better at that. That sounds cool. Not a great roll though, but I'm gonna look at a feature real quick before I think this passes. It's a 17.
17? 17. That is a success.
Alright.
So it's like you like cast that spell, give yourself just like that little boost and kneel down and just sit there and like hoping it works. Hope it works. And off probably for you guys this would be like northeast. You see just this, you hear this rumble of thunder and a storm just open up for a few minutes to get back on your path.
We have our heading.
That was cool.
And who's up next? So you guys start following the path.
Big man?
I'll take a shot at it. We rolling survival or
However you want to do it, bud.
What are you looking to do? How are you looking to guide the group? As this is, you are all like still you are exhausted, so this is like everybody's taking a turn, you know, and the rest of the people are conserving their energy as you guys are doing this rotation.
What we're all bringing to the table.
Yeah.
Okay. So in his, I'm going to say military skills, he's going to try and find the path of least resistance forward and use survival.
Or
is that, well, how would you?
Marlo did a survival check.
Okay. I can do.
You could do, I would say, Investigation. Any
Acrobatics, scout
intelligence?
ahead.
Yeah, acrobatics. If you want to clear the path.
Yeah, we'll do an acrobatics then.
Okay. I'm reverse doing this. I'm making you guys roll, and then I'm throwing some flavor to it because
Fun.
it says like you thought. Whatever. All right. So go ahead. Roll me a d20.
I
I
like
rolled
it.
you 2 because we're exhausted, right?
Yeah.
So I rolled a 19 and a 17, so that's a dirty 20.
Okay. As the storm starts to dissipate, you're seeing all of these trees, right? And there's like this wall of vines, just growth going up, like cutting this one path down. And you can see on the back side of this, some of the trees are taller, like maybe it's high ground, and you can get yourselves up off of the the muck. And so you jump up, grab your rope, throw it down, tie it to a tree, and make it so everybody can, climb up over this wall. And as you guys come down on the other side, you see, like at the peak of a hill, a little flat area with just dozens of creepy, wavy trees, and on the back side of it are like 3 sections of long, decayed, and ruined walls. Some trees hanging over the top of it, and it looks like it may be a nice place, possibly to hunker down.
Guys, I see a spot over there. Looks like a good spot.
I am
Look at
wearing.
the eyes on Big Man.
Thank you, my scaly friend.
You're welcome.
So, are you guys setting up camp here?
Aye, lad, I can travel no more.
All right.
I would help getting a fire going if someone would also help me getting a fire going.
Lad, I can help you out.
Marlo
All right.
hands
pretend
Alton
to
a handful of fire with produce flame cantrip.
Search for some wood.
Wait, I haven't even gotten any wet wood yet.
Oh well, we can dry it out a little.
I'm going to say you guys can. There is a bunch of floor wood. It is really damp, so it almost takes magic to keep it. A flame for more than 10 seconds for probably.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah. But you get a fire going.
With our skills, I'm sure everyone can get a fire going while I sit here and wait for the rest of the camp to be assembled.
Yes,
Around
Alton,
me.
relax. You had a tough time napping for 4 hours.
Yes.
I'm
It must have been so
sorry,
hard traveling
Yeah.
in a crystal.
Connell's just gonna go
It's
and fall
quite
asleep.
grueling. You have to understand that I am much older than you in.
I will.
here.
Aye, lad, I'll help you out. I'll help set up Alton's bedroll in camp so he can go to sleep.
Is anybody taking watch, or are you guys just
I'll take
bunkering
the
down?
I'll take the first watch.
Or do you want to have a conversation before that, Alton?
I think that everyone would know that despite my advanced age and how tired I am now, I would of course take the last watch, as that is the natural time that I wake up.
All right. So Brightbeard, you're on first watch. The rest of you are bunking down. Go ahead, roll me a perception check. You have Dark vision, right? Yeah, dwarf. Yeah. Duh. Duh.
Though I am taking watch, I will strip down to just like pants, like comfortable level. No
Okay.
shirt on, all my armor and stuff like kind of neatly in a pile. Take my hat, so just like my long braided beard and braided like dreadlocks just hanging down. And perception at disadvantage because I am still exhausted.
Still exhausted. Yep.
That is a not great roll. That was a 19 out of 5, but 13.
13. You hear like a couple times, like movement, but nothing that gets close enough for you to put your eye on it. Nothing that even, it doesn't approach. It never comes close, whatever it may be. But it goes without any issues.
A couple things I want to do before I wake the next one.
Okay.
I want to take a look at that mark, that new mark on my arm.
Okay. Here, hold on 1 second.
Days.
Yeah.
I just
It's not
want
huge.
to inspect it. Is it a brand? Is it like it look like an ink mark?
So like you start like rubbing your hand on it.
Yeah. I want to feel it. I want to look at it.
It's warmer than the rest of your skin.
Is it like slightly raised up at all? Like kind of like it was burned on, or?
Yeah, it doesn't. Your skin isn't scarred.
Okay. It's just there on discoloration on the skin.
Yeah. Yes. And it's like 4 degrees warmer than the rest of your skin. Just enough where you notice it. Like when you have like a bruise or something, and your skin gets, your body generates a little bit more heat there. Similar to that.
All right. I'm gonna take out a dagger.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attempt to cut that fucking thing off.
As you check.
Sorry, say that again. You kind of froze out on me.
Roll me a religion.
Legit. Oh, come on. So that was a natural 20. But also an 18. So 18 plus 24.
Like you start putting the dagger like in your skin and like going over it, and there's like the tip gets through like the first markable spot. It's almost like the skin folds back over and fuses with the opposite side, and it's like you start to have some blood just running off your forearm. That warmth. You do take one point of damage from cutting yourself, and it just like you start to notice, and then you think like there's really only like high-powered clerics or maybe druids might have the power to assist in getting this.
I'll take a piece of my blanket and I'll cut it with the dagger, and I'll wrap it real tight around that mark so it's not visible in any form accidentally or...
Okay. You're taking your time to it. It looks like it'll stay through combat and everything.
And I'll pull out the doll that I carry with me.
Mm-hmm.
And Brightbeard begins to cry for quite a while. Until he can get enough composure to wake somebody up where it doesn't look like he was crying.
Okay.
How quiet
who
is
are you
that?
wait? You're fucking exhausted. You're
You
not
want me to roll
hearing
for it?
anything when you're
Just-
sleeping. No. No, you guys
Redbeard's a tough guy. He's,
Can I get a
he's-
wailing check from that
No.
clown, please?
He's silently weeping.
Who are you waking up next?
Master Bruce.
I'll wake up Connell.
Okay.
What?
Lad, you'll watch that.
Fuck. I'll wipe some of the blood off my face and just get
Yeah.
up. Sit down.
And like the sweat, you know, and just like the humidity here, it's like fucking nasty.
just soup.
And you'll see Brightbeard's almost completely nude, besides like just his undergarments. Tattoos all over his body, you know, sailor tattoos, holy symbols. You see the Moonweaver, you see the Wild Mother symbol, if you recognize it. You see the symbol of the Storm Lord, the Allhammer, Palor, just all over, and fucking Asmodeus. Hats off, long, like I said, long, dirty blonde dreads, and he's just holding a like burlap doll with button eyes, and he just kind of turns away and goes and lays down on his mat, and just kind of holds the doll and kind of rolls away from you to go to sleep.
I will see that. I won't say anything. I'm still exhausted and just. I will sit up and keep watch.
Make a perception check.
This is still disadvantage, right?
I mean, you only need 4 hours, right?
No, you need a full 8 hours and food and water.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yep, still disadvantage. Duh. Fucking.
Sorry. Even a long rest doesn't get rid of it unless you eat and drink.
Really? Anyway,
Yeah,
13.
You have to have a long rest and eat and drink.
A 13?
Yeah.
Right, so similar to Brightbeard. And that moment that you had where you tried to like step up and were kind of overwhelmed with everything going on, it's a little bit more quiet. There's not as many sounds, but there's still a lot of sounds, and it's chaotic and random, you know. And you don't feel any sense of like any threat or anything, just unnerving, you know.
Okay.
But
I'll sit there. I'll just clutch the dagger of warning just to be safe, and then wake Alton when it's that's it.
okay.
Is it time to rise already? Well, of course. Just as a minor clerical clarification, was Alton in the stone already when everyone became exhausted, or am I also affected?
No, I think you passed your saves. That was from hell, but you stayed, you know, like out of the fray, so you didn't get much chances for that exhaustion.
I'm just the usual level of exhaustion that I constantly feel weighing on me. It's like the weight of gravity pulling me towards the earth. And it's sore. Shall I make a perception check?
Yeah, go for it.
That's a natural 20 for a 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about an hour in, like just before the darkness would start to lift, you hear footsteps, like 40, 50 feet out from you. And you like start to pay attention. grab your staff, your book, be prepared. And you see one set of yellow eyes, probably the eyes are probably 5 or 6 feet off of the ground, just below where yours are. And then another set. And then another set. And it's these 3 more bounders. Step close to you, and I'm gonna need you to go ahead and roll initiative. Here, this combat scene is brought to you by this awesome dude on Thingiverse, Loot Studios, and more cool things on
This
Thingiverse.
awesome guy. I love that. Are we up?
I didn't get yell out.
Can we get his Twitter up? Can we get his Patreon?
I'll put it in the comments on the.
Yeah.
What of the dagger of warning?
What's that, Alton?
I mean, are we not surprised? If
I
I'm not mistaken.
we can't be surprised, and it automatically wakes us up.
No, that's why I said.
What be happening?
Wait, what'd you say, Andy?
All
You
right,
cut
so-
out there.
Oh,
We all
fuck,
just
it's
instantly
sideways.
rise.
I instantly rise with none of my armor on. Because I said that.
Here, hold on.
Oh,
Why
fucking
isn't this?
sideways.
Hold on.
Just went from 18 to 11.
Oh, it's cool. Everyone's still exhausted.
I was gonna
are
say,
you-
are we exhausted?
I'm
We
not.
haven't
Yeah, I'm
we haven't-
exhausted, but
We haven't leveled up yet.
I got to
We'll
remember.
say
that.
this. You know what? Just because I know you guys all hit your shit, already, we'll say this is at the tail end of the long rest, and everybody awakes, at level 10, and so here. Let
Still
me.
not wearing any armor.
This is like literally, I'm not doing an encounter unless they roll a natural 20 on those at night. Not doing random encounters, natural 20. I still want to do the random encounter because.
Wait, so
Natural 20.
did you say we get a long rest?
Yes, everybody gets a long rest. And let me roll my initiative.
I'm so sad right now. Why did I have to say I go to bed naked?
Hey, you
I was thinking that. I was hoping, man.
You don't go to sleep with all your armor on.
says you.
That'll
That's
give
you.
That'll give you exhaustion.
Yes, it does.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
I only need to go into a trance, so I think I'm like.
Yeah, you're probably fine. But
Yeah.
my point is that I couldn't go to sleep with my armor on technically. Especially not heavy armor. Light armor, you might get away with it.
All right, and here I'm gonna. These
Try
guys
sleeping with
don't.
chainmail on.
We are
I
still
don't have-
exhausted, right?
No, if we
No,
got a long rest. Well,
We
yeah,
haven't
that's
eaten
DM.
or
DM
drank
I-
The DM.
I mean, I would imagine that you guys, while you were preparing for your bed, you
We
wouldn't
ate.
just starve yourself. You
No,
would
no, it's
have
true.
some of
It's
your
true.
rations. You just
Okay.
don't role play that out, right?
Yeah, yeah. No,
Okay.
no, yeah.
Let's just say
That's penance.
Marlo took some thiki roots. The last
Ah.
of her thiki roots. She took the mortar and pestle in her herbalism kit, kind of mushed it up, combined
but-
it with water, and made some thiki root aid and passed it around.
Sure.
And some orange slices.
Beautiful. All right, so initiative 20 and up.
A dirty 20 for Tushar.
What's that put you at?
It's just 20.
Oh.
So that is 17 and a 3 initiative.
Oh, okay. So 20 for Tushar. And we have. All right. 50, so 10 to 15.
18 for Brightbeard.
Oh yeah. Did I? All right.
Did I miss
18
that?
for
Sorry.
Brightbeard.
17 for Connell.
Obviously, I missed that. So 17 for. Door Spirit, where are you?
12.
Marlo's
Marlo?
11. 11.
Alton?
A 9 here.
Oh, and then Alton. All right. Top of the round. Let me get this here. This guy. Here. This guy. It's like you see their eyes, like in like the haze. All of a sudden, and they jump at you, and both of them are making a claw attack at Alton. The first one is 12. The second was natural 1. Fuck this dice. So it's like
I spin my staff around like a ninja, and I do a jump, and whatever.
you duck down, and they jump right over you, come out on the other side, spinning your staff. And that brings us to Tushar.
Let's see.
You are prone
I'm
as
gonna
you were
get up.
sleeping. So we'll say because they jumped that they are on the other side right here. So you wait 15 feet of movement to get up. What do you want to do?
I will approach them enough to hit.
It's like you get within range. The shoulders of these beasts are probably to your shoulder height. This quadrupedal, big, huge, like teeth that just curl up and pierce into their upper and lipper jaws, dripping with the saliva nastiness.
Hey, little fella. I'm gonna take a swing at one of them, the blue one. I'm gonna try and hit the blue one.
Okay.
But 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Let's see one.
Does that help at all? Is that better?
Yeah, that's cool.
That helps a lot.
Okay. So,
That's 11 bludgeoning damage.
11. Just right across. Cracks one of its big teeth. Screams at you. It's mad.
I attempt to swing again, but I only have a 15.
15 hits.
15 hits, okay. That's a 4 bludgeoning damage.
For 4 bludgeoning damage. Alrighty. You come up. This one doesn't find as much power, but it hits it right under the chin. Its blood is just starting to flow out of its face. It looks very badly wounded. Anything else, Tushar?
Well, my bonus.
Okay.
Would you think the bonus would have been getting up, or is that just considered movement?
No, you didn't use your bonus action yet.
Okay, so I retake that. As a bonus, I will Giant's Might.
Okay.
Now he's a little fella.
As Tushar just grows to double his size, you see both of these moorbounders look at each other, and start looking for alleys. This definitely scared. They did not mean to walk into this fight.
I'm good.
All right, Brightbeard, you're up.
I am up, yes. Right. Sorry, I had to edit. I'm just editing something because there's seemed to be a mistake on my sheet that I didn't mean to do. Okay. Hi, yes, I will stand up, because fuck this shit. I will, as I get up, grab my shield at least.
Alright.
Okay. There's too many people mixed there. I guess I'll cast, for the first time ever, I'll cast Spiritual Weapon.
Where do you want to put it?
I'm gonna cast it at 5th level. Not 5th level, sorry, 4th level.
Alright, and where do you want it?
I
one of these?
want
Or
it.
there's another one back here, it's off camera.
I want it in. Can I get it in between and above those 2 more bounders?
We got things for that. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but raised.
Nice. You see the spectral ghost of Johnny Bone appear.
Go ahead, make an attack roll. Which one are you attacking?
The one in my right, so maybe your left. The
So
blue,
the blue
sorry,
one?
blue.
Yeah.
Blue,
Yep.
yes,
Alright,
blue.
go ahead. Make an attack roll.
Double checking on, because that's a bonus action. So this is my bonus action.
Yep. Yeah, and you get to attack with that on the spell, so.
Yep. I'm seeing to hit. Seeing where the to hit on it is.
Your spellcasting mod.
Oh, my modifier, yeah. So 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
His
Roll for
Johnny
damage.
Bone slashes at it with its cutlass. It's 2d8 damage. Ooh, 12. Less my spellcasting modifier, so 12. 16 points of radiant damage.
16. It's like, it kind of shrivels down as Tushar doubles in size. The spiritual weapon sinks right into his back. Pull it out, pulsing with radiant energy. The Moorbounder just.
And using
Yarn ball. That was yarn ball.
poor you. Part of that. Do I have to? Can I move after it attacks, or can I? Do I? Or do I?
I think
move
it's
it
part
and
of
then
your
attack?
bonus
I
action.
can. I can move it up to 20 feet and then do an attack.
Yep.
So I'm gonna move it down to where Yarnball was, but like on the ground next to it, in front of Tushar, next to the Marbounder. As Alton sees this spectral skeletal ghost land in front of him,
Awesome.
and I still have an action.
Yep.
I will. Oh well, gosh, I think I will. Hold on. Bonus action cantrips.
I'm gonna have to take
I
a
will-
picture. What else you doing, man?
I'm gonna bonus action a chromatic orb with a sorcery point.
You can't bonus action.
Oh no, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
should-
I'm gonna do nothing. I'm gonna. Oh, that's right. You're right. Oh yeah, I got my action, idiot. Stupid Tim. I'm gonna lightning lure the other one.
Okay. What's that?
It's it's a save. I create a lash of lightning that strikes a creature of my choice within 15 feet, so I have to move forward.
Yeah, this is
Um,
one block.
And then it needs to do a strength save.
Strength. 21.
Succeeds. So it takes nothing.
Okay. Connell, you're up, Dorspira, and then Marlo.
I will stand my bloody ass up, and I would like to use my movement and a bonus action dash to get behind the one that's left.
There's two left. There's one here, and then there's still one back here that hasn't had its turn to go.
The one that's engaged.
The one that's engaged? get you over there.
Okay. And you know the trick. I will take out my rapier and booming blade.
Okay.
That would be a 32.
Yeah, that's...
Oh man. So, oh man, that would be 9 points of piercing, 8 points of thunder.
15.
7. Oh my god. 16. And 21 points of sneak attack.
All right, how do you want to finish him?
I am just going to, pissed off and bloody, just take my rapier, stick it through his head, impale him into the ground, and just rip it out.
It's like a little like rumble right behind his shoulder blades as you pull your blade out, and the shreds around, and he falls down. That's your movement, your attack. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. I used my bonus action to dash, so.
Alright, North Spirit, you are up right over here, buddy.
Well, I guess the only thing I can really do is throw my javelin.
Here. At that guy? Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, here. Let me bring the camera.
So,
What'd you roll?
that'd be a 16.
16. Oh yeah, that
Wow.
hits.
Finally.
I mean, they're natural armor. It's not that good.
Right.
Actually,
Yeah, I know,
For
but
you.
like,
just this
For-
one time.
yeah, for me, this is really, nice to hear, but, so, hold on. I forget how to use this damn javelin every time I have
He's
it.
got to
in my
remember
hand.
how to roll damage dice.
I do.
Yeah.
Guys, it's a lot of random damage dice that happen in this stupid thing, okay?
Is that the lightning javelin?
It is the lightning
Do
javelin, okay.
all of these calculations for you at one point in time. And just take
Ah.
all of your social anxiety out of the picture.
It is 24 points. of damage.
24. Lightning damage?
Lightning damage. Yes.
It's like it starts to make its movement. It gets up on his hind legs and like leap into the battle. The javelin slams right into his chest, spinning him around, falling sideways, seizing around. He's barely breathing.
Hey, well, I mean, may as well throw my hatchet at him while I have it, Who thought that Paladin was a ranged fighter?
Apparently you are, man.
That's
Go
a
with what
19.
hits.
That's a 19.
19 hits. 19 hits. Uh-oh.
Alright. Well,
He's getting hot.
Paladins are everything.
It's those crit roll dice.
yeah, it's 9 points of damage.
9 points? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, just aiming at his head, just really end the suffering quickly. Much like Connell, I'm very annoyed that I got woken up for this
Slams.
drabble.
slams down. And
I hate to do this again. But Dorspira, please look at your character sheet right the fuck now. Go to your features and traits and
Yep,
scroll
you're right.
down to the part where you kill the creature.
Yeah, but that's fun, right? I don't know.
DM, you keep going. DM, you keep going.
I was gonna say, as it's hazy again, right? But the sun appears to be coming up. All of you got your long rest. These 3 massive dead moorbounders are just bleeding all over the place. Let's go to break.
Sounds good.
Let's do our 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and see where you guys.
Roll initiative.
come back and Brightbeard skinning and butchering more bounders.
By the way, if you subscribe, you can hang out with us during the break.
See,
Whoa.
look it, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
You did not put this by me before you
Take
told
my
us.
phone into the bathroom.
The downside is during the break, Jeff doesn't have his shirt on.
Oh.
Jeff's
Is that a
toilet
downside?
crypto
That's
tips.
true.
You figure that out.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back in 10.
Do it again. Do it again.
Looks like meat's back on the menu.
Holy fuck.
What? You're
all
muted.
right.
I think that was on purpose.
So as you know, the dust settles, so to speak, on the top of this little hill, now that it's a little bit brighter, like it's starting to get brighter out, you can see just the similarity of everything around here. It looks very confusing, and it's like the spots of the sky that you do see, it's like a central New York winter. It's just that gray, just hanging over you for 282 days a year.
Wow. Alton, while we're packing up camp and getting ready to go. Hi, while you were gone, lad, we found a few things. I was wondering if you could take a look at it and tell me if there are any arcane properties to it.
Oh yeah, I also have these, and I'll just throw a bunch of stuff on the ground while I try to remove one of the tusks.
Right. I'm gonna hand him the bracers that I found in that, or that Connell found, and hand it to me, the dwarven bracers.
I actually have a few things here. Hold on.
I know you do. That's the only one.
Line them up. Line them up. I'm going to timidly approach this a little bit, and anyone with a passive insight of higher than who gives a fuck might notice that I glance at my new ring before I touch the objects that I'm about to identify.
Alright. So, what do you got? The bracers?
Yeah, the bracers is what I gave him.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. You want the list, or?
Yeah, I want the list.
So, just from last session, it'd be 2 spell books and the bracers, and we also have the stuff we took from the Fiends and Osmodius. Which
is... Staff glaive thing?
Yep, give me 1 sec.
I like how we're not even going to ask him how he was in there.
We're getting there, lads. We're getting there.
I mean, please throw some more things at him.
Oh, we have the female's ring, the male glaive, which is now a rod.
If anything, treasure is Brightbeard's one of his priorities.
And I think that's it for right now.
You had 2 rings. So one of the rings was a ring of Dimension Door, which they used on you like 4 times. Yeah. The other ring is the ring of mind controlling. That you have the 4. You had the 4 rings that you got off the Myriad members at Cameron Holdings.
So if you
no, you have like the ring. Like one is like a satellite, and then you have 4 receivers.
Ring. Oh, okay.
Yes, and what this ring does is your motivations become their motivations, and they can't willingly take the ring off. So that was kind of how the duo was working. They were making groups align with their motives, and it wasn't necessarily a charm.
Yeah, I got
this is
on a private level.
The bracers are bracers of protection. Yes. It was. I'm not going to tell you what it was supposed to be, but.
Well, what was supposed to be?
How many of those rings were the mind controlling? There.
We had 1 mind control and 4.
4 receivers.
Yeah, 4 receivers.
Andy, do you mean the bracers of defense?
Yes, bracers of defense.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the 2 spell books, Alton, I mean, this is probably boring to you, but you find the spells Burning Hand, Detect Magic, Disguise Self, Fog Cloud, Ray of Sickness, and Silent Image. And in the next spell book is Cloud of Daggers, Dark Vision, Featherfall, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, and Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Uh-huh.
Can you run that second one again? Cloud of Daggers. What again?
It was Cloud of Daggers, Dark Vision, Detect Magic, Featherfall, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, and Tasha's Hideous Laughter. And then the glaive that turned to a rod. This is a shattered piece of legendary power. Alton, through all of your research and the help of this spell, this rod that you guys almost had at Cameron Holdings is got to be worth 50,000 gold pieces to the right bidder, but that bidder would probably be extremely evil or lawful to Osmodius. And that this is like a lot of this is kind of a big thing. Big evil rod. And were you trying the gem? Or the ring? Is that what you were going for?
The one on my hand? No,
Yeah.
that I'm just looking at. I'm not gonna.
All right. I think that was it, right? Okay.
As far
Yeah, I
as
think that's it.
know, did I miss anything?
No,
I think
And,
so.
of course, I explain all of the mechanics and devices.
So, Alton, where did you go while you were gone now that we're all rested up? Were you just asleep?
I'm not entirely sure. It certainly felt like a dream. I met another old man on a bench, and we exchanged niceties. And then I agreed to help him, and he agreed to help me, and then I came back.
I'm sorry, let's back up a minute. Who you agreed? Who to help what?
And how did you help each other?
Oh, I'm carrying him close to where he would like to go.
Old men meeting in a park?
It's
I think-
okay.
What would be his name?
I got a very good sense of him, and he seemed to be very honest with me. And he just wanted to ride, and he would help me along the way. I mean, really, it would help all of us. We're going in the same direction.
And that direction is.
Oh, well, we're going to take a quick stop at Jorhas.
Well, I don't know if you've
Oh,
seen where we are, but we're not necessarily close to where we were.
we are
Yeah,
in Jorhas right now, but I don't think we want to
m-
get any deeper, lad.
Marlo, go ahead and make me a nature check, please.
I'm going to go ahead and toss those bracers over to Tushar and say, Tushar, I think these were especially useful to you, lad.
Well,
Okay.
what type of check?
Nature.
And
Nature.
Mike, those are bracers of defense. You
Say,
can, you
4
can
plus
find them on
9.
YouTube.
4 plus 9 is a 15. Or 13. 13.
13. Okay. It's like you're looking around and like the swamps are beautiful, but it's they're smothering and things are dying, and you think, and you remember where you came from, and you've heard some things about the middle and southern part of Jorhas and the nature and almost like the blight that is cast upon the land, because there are, like, it's always hazy. The Kryn dynasty, influenced the atmospheres, so it was beneficial for them. It's just kind of bumming and still beautiful. And you surmised from the plant life here that you are at the south end of the Broken Vale Marsh. So, just well, probably a couple days travel to the city of Beast, or I don't necessarily think you have a map of this, but because of your background, I'm giving you a little bit of this,
Yes.
and you're kind of familiar with this side of the continent.
What was that name again? Those two names? The swamp?
It was the Broken Vales Marsh is where you
Thank you.
guys are. You think, like, in the south end. Here, I don't know if, like, so, like, over here. All right, Diastock is all the way where my pinky is. So Astarius would be based off of you gather your inner compass, Oh, wrong computer.
Okay.
Would I be able to demonstrate in some way to the rest of the group, like where I need to deliver a letter?
Roll me a history check.
It's a bad roll, but a 14.
14. Alright, so as Marlo is kind of figuring out the local life and starting the dot on the map, and then you know from where you are where the city that scares everybody is, the city of beasts. And you pinpoint, now that you have a big landmark that you've probably seen passing through some map at cartographer's whatever office. You start to point out the big points in your house, and you can pinpoint from where you are where the Ashgard keep is. And from there you can point to Erzin. So you guys are here. Ashgard Garrison is here, and Erzin is up north. And I can plot all of these on a map after.
And where do I need to go for the letter?
Erzin, just outside of Erzin. There was a keep.
The northmost one?
The northmost one, yes.
Aye, Orton. But how far away is this from our goal of finding the fallen star?
Well, we still have several weeks. I would say somewhere between 6 and 8
Several weeks.
before it comes around again.
Right. All right then.
And Braybeard, as you're like thinking that, like, where you were going, that's months of journey away. You're on the other side of the Dwendalian Empire now.
Yeah. Right.
DM,
Yeah.
may I ask everyone else here to earmuff it? What cobalt locations might I have seen in terms of circles?
Roll me a history check.
At
Uh,
mega advantage because my dick is
Yeah.
so hard right now.
Yeah.
It's just a 5. I rolled a natural 5. That's a 14.
14. Okay. So the two that you're really familiar with are obviously Port Damali. You studied there for a while recently, and in Stillben. That's in Tal'Dorei.
Where's that? Oh, well, fuck.
Now
Well,
I'll say those are the two that you're familiar with. You also have the one to Zadash, because that's the biggest one, and you know the one to Rexington. So, all right, we're good, right?
we're good, hombre.
Did anyone else experience this weird sensation where you just lost hearing for like 15 seconds?
I kind of blacked out there for a minute.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
It's really true because for a moment there, I thought I knew where I was. I felt like I was in somewhere. I heard this before, the Broken Vale Marsh. It seems like this area, but then all of a sudden my hearing just went, and it's really deafening to the senses.
Alright, so okay. What is our plan here, Alton? I have a great need to find the star, so I can get back my sapphire.
I say that we have 14 days to deliver this letter. And then from there, I will bring us right into the center of Zadash.
All right, lad. But what are we gaining in return by returning this ominous voice from a stone back to its home?
Right. Well, I suppose it's hard to describe, really, but, would you be okay with a hunch?
Well, we followed you this far on a hunch, Alton.
I not be
No,
following
no.
anyone's hunches but my own.
Listen, previously, Connell, you've been following basically a plan we could have predicted. Only, for some reason, we're constantly ahead of schedule.
That's because we're efficient.
We are. I don't even know why. It's impossible. I've written many chapters on it. I don't understand where it comes from. I thought it was Quinn. Now he's nothing but empty armor, and we still got it. Anyways, where were we? We'll get to the star on time. I know this.
But what be on time for you, Alton? I've already lost my sapphire, and time be wasting away. There'll be those who turned on me that I will have my revenge on, and that goes on no schedule.
Marlo takes that last point, and it kind of hits her hard emotionally.
So,
Well, I hate to say this, but unfortunately, my main task is on a definitive schedule. And it's been long, and we've been following the path well, but it is closing.
I'll be following you again, Alton. I always do seem to get where I'm going when you're around.
And I know you'll get us through this as well, like you always did. 2 weeks. Probably less, knowing the way we raced through. Then, back to Zadash, with at least 3 to 4 weeks to catch up with the star.
I'll be trusted, Geralt. But no more distractions after this.
Deal.
DM, this is a really...
I'm gonna look around and like try to make eye contact with everyone individually.
I have a DM question, if I have time to do this. Is there enough Moorbounder bones that I could take the time to, like, cut some and take some?
Oh, I'm harvesting them. I'm taking the
Well,
tusks
yeah.
and shit
Well,
already.
I specifically... That's actually a good idea.
Is Tushar still giant? Like, is he still
Not
like
now
a
anymore.
massive?
A minute.
It's like a minute.
Yeah, it's like halfway through
okay.
this conversation, he shrinks back down to.
I guess,
large
Connell,
size.
my question is to
Enough to
you.
get purple pants on.
Connell, do you mind if you help me be getting one of these tusks?
Yeah, I might need some help myself, but yeah.
I'll help Connell, and I want to, at some point, take the time to whittle these tusks down to, like rune bone dice.
Okay.
Worth at least 25 gold for one of my spells.
Okay. Connell, go ahead.
I'll assist.
How do you want to do this? How are you cutting this off? Explain to me how you're gonna do it.
Ideally, I would be cutting around with my dagger and trying to cut it out that way, enough to like clear it so you can pull it out.
All right. Then make me an acrobatics check. Let's see how still your hand is.
That's cocked.
And advantage, because
I could add guidance as well, lad.
Okay.
What's guidance do? Is it
A D4.
It is a
D4?
D4.
All right? So that would be 18, 24.
24. Okay.
Or no, 22.
20,
Sorry.
22.
Yeah.
Still, you gather all of them with the help of Brightbeard. You know, 2 hands, it's a lot easier. And you actually guys get it down to a system where you're like getting 3/4, and he's putting a little dwarven weight, and it's like snapping up in the jaw and breaking off. So you guys
will
have
request 8.
Beautiful.
I thought there was only 3.
Oh, 6. Sorry.
That's all right. Connell, I'll let you have 4.
It would be 12. It would be 12.
Oh, because they got double tusks.
Yeah, they got double tusks.
I'll be taking 4. You'll be taking 8.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Right.
So while they're doing that, Tushar takes the opportunity to meditate with his warhammer. Kind of collect himself.
Marlo is going to join him in meditation and commune with nature.
You should also put Tushar. You should also put those bracers on.
Yeah, I put those on before I meditate, obviously.
Tushar, it's like you sit down and cross your legs and just put the warhammer out in front of you. You know, your eyes go blue. We're cold. And it's shot into the ground. And it feels like it takes you directly south. Through the ground. Coming up over Draconia. As you fall from the sky and get sucked in, you see ancestors. You see your father, you know, all of these people bound by this. As it pulls the energy from there back to you, where the bracers are just starting to take effect. This blue defined line goes from like the inside of your wrist up to your shoulder on both of your hands. and you can feel like empowered just a little bit more from your ancestry.
Amazing. Guys, I don't know what this is, but he's just a little flare. He's just gonna like, Alton, what is this? And just use like a chromatic orb by accident. You know, like
Can I help explain it for him?
Yes.
Arcana check or identify whatever.
I would say you are a skilled enough wizard where you can
I will
ask him.
cast chromatic orb and be like, does it look like this?
You guys are, I love that you're in this marshland fucking off.
We just had a bad day, man. We're rested.
Yeah. That's true. I would say that you can help guide him to his new abilities. But teach him how to use them, focus them. It's different than you. It's actually probably closer to Brightbeard at one point when you're trying to say something and he's just looking at you and you're like flipping through your book and reading down something, Elton, and Brightbeard comes in. He's like,
I go. It's not up here, lad, and I'll just point right to his heart and be like, it's right here, and possibly down here. And I'll like poke him in the belly.
So Marlo, this is our first time, right?
Oh, always.
Read the
this.
spell to me, please.
Okay. Let me prep it. You briefly become one with nature and gain knowledge of the surrounding territory. In the outdoors, I will have knowledge of the land within 3 miles of where we currently are. In caves and other stuff, let's not worry about that. The spell doesn't function where nature has been replaced by construction, dungeons, and towns, blah, blah, blah. I gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of my choice about any of the following subjects: terrains and body of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, powerful celestials, fays, fiends, elementals, or undead, influence of other planes of existence, and buildings.
Wow. Okay.
So
as you situate yourself and set up this little ritual to Melora, you've seen something similar done by you. Well, no, they weren't there for your moment in Osmore when you enriched the land with that female. I forget her name now, but this one's a little different. This is more like the vines start weaving in around your legs, wrapping up to just under your chest. Not aggressive, and just getting nice and tight, like you're getting a big hug. What would you like to know?
I would like to know the terrain and bodies of water, the prevalent plants, minerals, animals, and peoples.
Okay.
Since it's my first time, I think I just got to keep it simple. But I think I'm going to go for powerful celestials, fays, fiends, elementals, or undead. The first 3 bullets.
Okay. All right. So the terrain.
Excuse me. 3 facts about those 3 bullets. Sorry.
The mountains are to the left, to the west. The facts that you know is you feel a gap north of you, and the mountains are lower there. You're also close to a cave that leads to the other side. The marsh valves run parallel. For all the way to the north, until the end of this land. But you know that they aren't thick. You know, it's just a narrow spot, and getting out into the Emerald Loop, while may leave you exposed, will be more efficient for travel. And to the south is the City of Beast. And that's when the second one comes in. You feel like hurt in the ground from just the pounding that they do. Second fact for the beast, stay north. You feel an extremely large evil presence, like just on the edge of your radar. Calls it home. You feel like that edge of it. They're like almost accepting of the blight.
And I'm sorry, that's south of here.
Yeah, that would be like, so you can do like a 3 mile.
Yep.
You know, so a 3 mile from you would get you a little bit of areas north and that to the south.
Yep.
A lot of poison and acid in these swamps. You know, like you see like those old like black and green radars, like, and you just kind of feel that, and it's just these little like pockets of just disease all throughout this marsh. Does that do it?
I think you gave me more than enough facts to help us guide our way.
All right. Sweet. And you just, in the moment, all of these visuals, this feeling.
Alton, you said that we are heading to Urzen?
Yes, with as much haste as we can while not drawing too much attention to ourselves.
Okay, and I relay some of the information that I gathered. You know, the cave to get us to the Emerald Loop, the threat, the southern threat, and I warned my compatriots to be careful in what they might see or touch, and I make a note and emphasis to Connell to be careful because this land is filled with poison and acid. So prepare anything you need for this journey because it is going to be dangerous.
All right, lads. Well, let's get dressed and maybe be on our way.
Yeah, have you been naked this whole time?
Oh, the entire time.
Oh, okay. Full mast or half?
Half. It's not the best environment for dwarf. We like it
How
cold.
far does the ink go?
Everywhere.
I don't know where the wood starts and the wood ends.
Oh yeah, and you would just see like a nub with a wooden foot that just kind of goes around the ankle.
Oh yes, yeah, that too.
All right. Well, I'll start getting dressed now.
As he does that, Connor will wipe his face and cast prestidigitation and clean my face.
Okay. Fresh, man, like a good bar soap with oatmeal. Like just wash your face, rinse it off, and then.
Anyone want to hit?
I'll take a freshening up.
I mean, if it's, I've got a lot of this. It catches everything.
I'll just pull out my dagger for the beard.
No. Never mind.
How
It's
dare
fine.
you?
So you guys prepare yourself, pack up camp. Are you like knocking your fire out and
Yes,
are you
I'll take
just gonna
care.
leave?
I'll take care of the fire.
Yeah, Andy, while that's happening, I'm going to take off my full plate. I'm going to put half plate on, but it's only going to be on the bottom half of my body, and I'm going to have a pauldron, and I'm going to walk over my full plate and drop it in front of Nemo and just walk away without saying anything. I just look like I'm real frustrated about a lot of things, and you just
He's tried something. He tried something new. Yeah,
I'm just finishing putting my pants on. And I'm like,
and that was magic, right?
yeah, no, it's a +1, so he's got a nice little 19
So,
AC right now.
alright.
And you can put it on. It just shrinks down to door size.
I'll have to do something about this blue color, but that'll be another day. Yeah, I'll put on that +1 plate armor. No problem.
Oof. Fuck you guys, man. Your ACs are ridiculous. Why do I do this? I did all of this. The reason you
My AC is
started.
still 14. 14, just so you know.
I know,
Marlo
but
feels
every
that.
time I rolled, when I roll to attack alt and I roll a 1 and a 6,
I know.
every fucking time.
Oh, fuck. Here we go. I was like, I hope this is an elemental attack.
Alright, so you get situated. What are you going to do with your other armor? Because carrying it is...
My armor?
Yeah.
Chainmail? I don't
Yep.
fucking care. I'll just leave it in the woods.
Or he
Leave
can
in
give
the
it.
woods?
He can give it to me, and I can carry it, and we can sell it. I'm not going to be encumbered at all.
Sure, here you are. Take,
I believe I have a bag too.
see,
Hold on,
I
let me
take-
check.
I take the chainmail arm. I take my jacket off, and then like take off the chainmail like shirt part of it, and then leave the chainmail pants and just put on some regular pants and the plate armor over. And what I try to do, and tell me if I can do this, is it's elven chest. It's magical, right? It shrinks down pretty tight. I want to try to put my jacket on over the chest piece, and then attach the pauldrons and the gauntlets over the jacket.
It's magic armor, dude.
That's what I figured.
You know, I mean, if it can shrink from an elf to a dwarf, then you can make it so.
I figured as much.
Might not do like the fat guy in the little suit thing.
This
you know?
elven, this elven craftsmanship is shoddy, but slimming.
His stature is like you got a tummy tuck now. A little bit of a tummy tuck, like a bustier.
Makes that chest and shoulder width a little bit longer. I like it. Yeah, chainmail armor.
Alrighty. So, you guys are which way are you heading? I'm
Lead the
guessing
way.
north. Yeah. What's the marching order for this? And then let's get to doing some marching.
Just take
I'll
the
take
lead.
I'll take close to the front or close to the back, whichever.
Marlo will lead using her expert outlander skills and her knowledge from communing with nature.
I'll try to go right behind Marlo then.
I'll go in the
Uh,
back then.
Fellas, does this mean we are taking the slower but more protective through the marsh path?
I think that's up to you. You know the safest way.
I look to Alton for guidance.
So you would know, both of you would know that that the Emerald Loop is like this vast plain that sucks up the whole center of Jorha. So, I guess what I was saying with the gamble is you would be exposed if you're out there,
Aye,
but
but
it
I
would be
think
quicker.
I think time is of the essence with this task.
And that's
But
what I'm
there
looking
really-
for Alton for guidance for. Sorry.
There really is no slow path when it comes to us. I say we take the safer one, and we let our own haste guide us. We can do this. We always do.
As long as the old man inside of you is not upset, I am okay with this.
So you're gonna head through the marsh.
Yes.
Okay. So, Brightbeard and Marlo, you two are up front. You can either both make a perception check, or you can aid one another.
Let's both do it.
Yes.
Also in the rear, I'd like to kind of clean up to make sure it doesn't look like we could be followed.
Can I also guide myself?
Yes.
Can I get a definitive marching order on this? I've got Marlo, Brightbeard, then
I put Tushar there, and Tushar and Dor Spear in the middle, right? I mean,
Yep.
it literally makes sense that way. You have your fucking haymakers where you can get to both sides. So
yeah, no, I love it. And then Connell.
Alton and Connell said he was taking up the rear.
Marlo, what did you
Yeah.
roll?
Marlo rolled a unnatural 20.
Okay.
15 plus 5.
Almost as good as my unnatural 30.
Oh, shit.
19 plus 8 plus 3 on my guidance.
Holy shit. Alright. So,
It's that 21 AC that did it.
towards the end of the day, I'd say with those perception checks, I'm not going to make you guys roll for any poison or acid possibilities or dex saves, because that was enough perception to point out the spots and take your time and find the more stable ground. It does slow your travel down a little bit, but you managed to make it through a majority of this just nastiness unscathed. And you see up ahead of you about Marlo points over, and there's like a little rise, like one of the mountain like legs just comes down and continues through part of this marsh. And as Marlo points to that, you like put your head down. And what languages do you speak? Brightbeard.
I speak Common, Dwarvish, and Primordial.
You can't make out what they're saying, especially from this distance. I'd still say they're probably 100, 120 feet north of you. You know, as you guys like kind of halt the group, but it's definitely Elvish. But you don't understand it. So I'm gonna say somewhere 100 to 120 feet of straight ahead of you, due north. You hear the voice. You don't really see anything. A lot of the undergrowth stands about 4 to 5 feet in this marsh at this point. And Marlo, you see to the left, probably 60 to 70 feet away, just this little taper of a mountain leg that comes to a conclusion, a little bit of high ground. But you are... Yeah.
Can I help the group to stop once we start to hear the voices? And guys, we may need to do a shuffle here. I hear some voices, but I do not understand what they're saying.
Aye, Connell.
Can I listen? Yeah. I'll kind of push through it.
I was saying that the voices was heard by Brightbeard, because he rolled a fucking 30. and that's ridiculous.
Well, then
So-
I'll halt the group and say, "Come on, get your fucking ass up here."
Yeah. What's wrong?
I'm gonna. I take a listen. You hear the voices that I hear.
Perception.
Oh, not me. I don't hear anything.
All right, shut up.
Yeah, perception. With advantage.
Guidance.
God. That would be a 22.
22. I think with a 22 at your distance, you could hear the faint elvish tongue, but it would be at such a low level that you wouldn't be able to make it out. I mean, that was going to be a really high DC. So,
The good news is Nemo's not hearing voices. But there are some around.
You can't understand what they say.
I mean, I can't pick it up, but I could try and find out.
Here, why don't you get a little closer then, see what you can hear. But here, hold on. I'm gonna cast a spell on you. Connell, I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability
Okay.
and give you Owl's Wisdom.
Okay, what does that do?
Gives you advantage on wisdom checks.
Okay. So it'd just be rolling perception with advantage again?
Well, you'd have to get closer, but I assume.
Well, yeah, I'll get closer.
all right. So what's happening? You're gonna sneak off closer. Which way are you gonna go? There's a lot of cover on the right side, but on the left you have that little bit of higher ground.
Could I hear what direction it was coming from, or is it just all around?
It was almost straight ahead of you, like at the crest of this little mountain
Yeah,
ledge.
I'll go with the cover. I'll go on the cover on the left. And,
All right, no. So the cover's to the right.
Or to the right.
So you yep. All right. Go ahead, roll me a stealth check.
19.
19.
Yeah.
You just break off from the group, avoid a couple pockets, and see them, and just zigzag. At one point, you hit a dead vine, and you look at him, see him one guy go, oh. Waits a second, scans, shakes his head, and they go back to a conversation. You move around where you're probably hidden enough at about 30 feet away. And you can start to hear what they're talking about.
Can I hear how many there are? Like how many different voices?
Go ahead, make a perception.
And the enhanced ability gives me advantage.
Advantage.
Oh man, that is a 28.
Okay. You can hear 4. And at the tail end of the conversation, you see another one come around the back, the far side, into this cluster. And with that, as you're breaking through, they're standing on a little pathway that's just on the other side of this. And you look past them, just on the opposite side of the hill, and you can see a gap in the mountains before it gets too far out of your range and just becomes noise.
Okay.
But the gist of the conversation is they're expecting the transportation to arrive tomorrow. Beef up security. We can't lose the Ashgard Keep. And it is 4 drow elves.
Okay. Can I see all four, or is it just like I hear the voice?
No, at the end of the conversation, they like go to hush, like huddle up, and that's when you see the fourth one.
Okay. What are they wearing? Like,
Kryn Dynasty, gear.
okay. Like, I meant like armor-wise, like modern armor.
Yeah, it looks elvish. It's a different twist on the stories that you used to hear, or like what Brightbeard's armor is. More accents of, there's a lot of purple and blues and silvers.
Okay.
But it's well made, beautiful.
All right. Seeing all this and seeing the exit, I will slowly make my way back to the group.
Hey, lad, what did you hear?
So there's 4 elves. You were not hearing voices, Nemo, which is great. There's 4 of them. They were talking about transportation arriving tomorrow so that they could not lose Ashgard Keep. They're beefing up security.
Tushar and Alton, I think the first instinct when you hear so they can't lose Ashgard Keep is that the Empire has lost Ashgard Keep, because the Ashgard Keep is ran by the Empire. So obviously some battle, some conflict is happening.
They do have some fine armor, though. I mean, we could kill them and take it.
Could we avoid confrontation, though? Are they directly in our path?
Or we could pretend to be them and take their ride.
I seems otherwise. Can we all change? I can't look like an elf.
I mean, yeah, we 100% can.
Again, short, stout, dwarven man and
Well, not all of us, no.
Irish here.
You can pretend to be a prisoner.
I could be your horse.
I mean, there's that.
You could be a mouse.
I could
How does-
also be a mouse.
What sort of transportation are
No,
they
I mean-
expecting, man? There's
It
a lot of
is,
unknown variables in this plan.
But it won't be here till
I
tomorrow.
could make Brightbeard a mouse.
Hold on,
I'm
hold
sure
on.
we-
Whoa. Nobody's be turning Brightbeard into anything.
All I'm saying is we do have ways where we could quite easily pass as them, but this
All
is
right,
a crucial question.
I think Brightbeard's been through enough.
Is the pirate the one suggesting we not murder random people?
And the pillage.
Right. No.
This seems way off.
They're in our
No,
way.
Nemo, please hear me out. I am on your side with this. I was just bearing the lead.
Also, please keep your voices down. You're yelling very loud.
Please go ahead, roll me a stealth check as a group. It's just gonna be a pass-fail.
I don't like this die.
It's a 10. Wait, I have disadvantage.
I'm whispering now. I'm
It's okay.
whispering now.
We don't. We don't have a lot.
14.
What? Whoa, hold on. I actually got it. Usually, there's a couple big ones in there that offsets this.
I rolled a 2, so
Oh,
Fuck.
So what's that?
a 2.
Well, I rolled a 13, so
I have no dex.
Right.
18 for Marlo.
Tushar? 18 for Marlo.
it was a 14.
14. Okay. Connell?
I had a 32.
All right.
That's gotta counteract for some of it.
Brightbeard, what'd you roll?
That was an 8.
Oh.
8.
Oh.
All right. That 32. Yeah.
No statistics.
All right.
Thank God I got a 19 on the die.
You said I just assumed it was bad because you said you're not using that dice again. Totally helped me.
No, the other one. I keep rolling like 2s with it.
You like just as you guys are starting to get a little involved, you quickly remember that. But as you are coming together and trying to make the next decision, I think that is a perfect spot to pick up next time. And yeah, it's 11:15. Either after this, the next part's going to be like probably another 30 minutes at the quickest, so to get to a stopping point. So thank you. This week we have Arcanus on Saturday. I can't wait to actually play again because I've ran for like what seems on and off for 2 months. So I'll be annoying Tim. So
I would expect nothing less, Andy.
I think that's next Tuesday, Son of Shadows. Yeah, there we go. So until next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you don't, you can't watch anymore.
Just we love you and be safe.